And since I always do a Tuesday. Hello, everyone. I was supposed to be on a panel with Rolex and Joey, but Rolex already put something on his community tab, and since I always do a Tuesday with Terrietime, I thought I would go ahead and do a regular Tuesday. And I'm not going to be stepping on anybody's toes because I really don't know what they were going to talk about. But I do know what I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to save some for Friday. But I do want to mention Johnny fucking Mac. I thought when I posted that screenshot of the cemetery killing yourself text that you would realize that I had the recording of it. But no. Nope. You couldn't do it, Mac. You could not do it. It is beyond your control to keep your mouth shut. Beyond your control. So now you're fair game. I'm going to talk about every single thing I know about you. And I don't care if you're up there with Chicago Muscle, Pool Stick, The Gangster, MZ, Argo, fucking Mike Slick. I don't care if Donald Trump's up there with you. You're a piece of shit, and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, you fucking midget. I didn't get a clip. Nobody has said my word. I had no clips. My informants were absolutely clipless. No clips. Until I received a clip. And it was you and your whole gang of, oh, we love each other now, kumbaya. Even though Pool Stick threatened to rape my daughter, he apologized like a man. That ain't the way it works. That ain't the way it works with me anymore. If any of you fools would have talked to me or my family the way you did him and each other, I wouldn't take any apology. There would be no apology and no money worth this earth to make me forgive any of you. Any of you. Luckily, I don't have nothing to do with any of you but Mac. But that looked like the sickest, stupidest panel I ever saw in my life. Well, anyway, my informant must have watched the damn thing because she sent me a clip, and I'm not even going to play it because it wasn't that long, and I can tell you exactly what the Mac said. He said they were talking about Britney, and they were talking about pizza, and you know, they're all ganging up on Pizza now. And I'm going to tell you something. Pizza's got more talent than any of you do. He can run a show by himself without playing 2 or 3 hours of music. He can run a show by what he says. And I don't agree with a lot of it. And I don't agree with the dog abuse at all, but I'd rather listen to him than any of you. I listen to every live he does. When he goes live, I listen because you will get the truth. You may have to listen for a while, but the truth will come out, like it or not. So everything, I said, what the fuck kind of clip is this? Because it was kind of boring. Finally, old Mr. Mac. And Mac, if you'd have kept your mouth shut about me, I wouldn't have mentioned a cemetery call again. I wouldn't have mentioned you again, period. But you can't do it. I knew that about you when I first started talking to you. That's why I never trust you. That's why I never told you anything. Because I knew I couldn't trust you. You were untrustworthy. You were hated and mobbed to when I got over here. Everybody hated you. The only person you had was Pizza. That's it. But anyway, he says they were talking about Britney, bitching about her. Little do they realize that Britney and Amzi are like this. They've been fighting for 4 years off and on. They've scammed and done things together forever. But you stupid mob tube men are as dumb as the bottom feeders. So it doesn't do me no good to tell you anything. You'll find out on your own that you're wasting your time with any of them. Just like I've been saying. So this brilliant midget says, well, at least we can give Britters credit for one thing. She made Terrietime do jumping jacks, which were ridiculous and funny. Well, why don't you do some, you stupid midget? And I wasn't mocking Britney, and Britney didn't make me do anything. She was trying to make the big midget beside you, the gangster, do one. And for your information, the gangster never got up and did one. Never. I did one, and Britters did one. The gangster sat there and never did a jumping jack. That's what the whole thing was about. It didn't have to do with anybody mocking anybody. It had to do with me showing two women half my age that I could do the very things that they said they could do and couldn't. I don't know if Britter's ever got the leg over her head or not, but I know Amzie never lifted her legs, and she sure never did no jumping jack. So get your facts straight, Mac, and that has given the open I need about the cemetery call. I'm not going to play it today. I think I'm going to save that for Rolex's show. But you called me. You called me. I'm in a cemetery. I put the screenshot up. They can read it. I'm sitting in a cemetery crying my eyes out. Jen won't answer me. Jen gave me the talk to the hand emoji. Oh, what am I going to do? You know what I said? I don't care what you fucking do. This is stupid. This is like kindergarten. He was by the cemetery. So then he called my friend, who has a little more sympathy than I do, listened to him a little longer, and recorded him. So I don't know how Tabitha feels about your whoremonger and shit. I don't give a fuck. That's between you and her. If she wants to be with somebody like her, that's her business. She still seems like a very smart, wonderful lady. And I still don't know what it is. It's none of my business. But if I had a man, and I've had many of them, they had many women, and they've cheated on me many times, but none of them have ever went to a cemetery and called people and threatening to off themselves because some girl wouldn't say hi to them on the internet. I would be plenty pissed off. And Mac, this is all your fault, because I would have kept this all to myself just because of Tabitha. The recording is going to be played on Rolex's show. I just wanted you all to know that this phone call, I put the screenshot out, go read it. It's on my fucking community page. It's on the page. And even though I hate Johnny Mac more than anybody right now, I still don't matter about FBS. He's not in my sights right now. He ain't saying nothing about me, and I ain't saying nothing about him. And it is possible to be friends with people that other people hate, because Joey Dimes and me have never had one single argument over FBS. And I know FBS is his friend. I know he thinks FBS hung the moon. We do not have a problem with FBS, because guess what? I don't talk about FBS to him. We just don't talk about it, and we're friends. I don't know how Rolex exactly feels about FBS. But I'm sure we could get along, too. I get along with Miss Can't Be Wrong. I get along with Jesse Ruff. I get along with lots of people from FBS's room, because I don't keep dragging it out. I said what I had to say about him, the Trump stuff and the hillbilly stuff, and that's it. He ain't got to worry about me bringing it up every single day for the rest of my life. Shit about it. But I do want to mention a fight, because I posted some clips on that. I'm going to tell you what I think. This is my opinion. I think Johnny Mac was too scared to show up by himself. That's obvious. And he drove around all them hours waiting for his buddies to show up. And who the fuck knows who all that was. I know it was Sessa. I don't know who the other people were. Don't care. It ain't my business. I don't think Johnny Mac ever laid a hand on FBS. I don't think he ever touched him. Because he didn't have a mark on him. FBS, when you get jumped by a bunch of people, believe me, I've been beat up. I know. I'm knocked out. I don't know how he kept from getting knocked out, but I'm usually knocked out, so I don't know what's going on. I think that Johnny was there to simply be the paparazzi and film it. I don't think he ever laid a hand on FBS. They might have floundered around a little bit, but I think all the beating and the stuff was done by Sessa and whoever his buddy was. I don't think Johnny Mac touched him. He might have touched him with that bear spray and that bat, but Johnny Mac was simply there to be a paparazzi, and he wasn't even good at that, because he dropped his damn camera. And who in their right mind? I think it's shameful that they all turned on pizza. That would be like, I have a friend, Jen Bailey, that's off. I would never tell her anything like that, because you know when you're dealing with somebody like that, they can't keep their mouth shut. They're going to tell everybody just exactly what he did, and he's got the goods. He's got the goods on him. He's got the car driving around. He's got the pictures of Mac with no marks on his hands or anything. He's got the picture of Sessa holding FBS up by the throat. So I actually don't think Johnny Mac ever touched him. And he sure never would have showed up alone. Never. Because he was so scared when them bikers, supposedly, that Argo sent to his house, he was scared to death of that. Because I was talking to him then. So, Mac, you brought all this on yourself. You should have kept your little old stupid mouth shut about me. And when he did say the jumping jack thing, everybody on that panel shut up and was silent. Didn't laugh, didn't say nothing. Except for Mike Slick, somebody that I don't even know, but I know was another pussy chicken. I think I might be the only damn person on this whole fucking bottom feeders or mob tube that has never called a cop in my life for anything. Pizza tries to skate around it and say he just went with Tina to file a report. Well, I've never even done that much, pull stick. I've never even went and filed a report with any of my men or anybody with me. You people are sickening. This big kumbaya, everybody making up with everybody is totally stupid. And it's not going to last 5 minutes. And Pizza don't need any of you. I don't even know why he thinks he has to have you. He can hold a show on his own just like I can. I don't need nobody with me either. Never have. I pick people by individuals. I don't pick them by teams. I ain't going to be on no team stand-up, team FBS, team pizza, team Mac. Oh, no, I'm on team Terrietime. And that's it. And I like Joey and Rolex and Carlos. And if Carlos is friends with FBS, believe me, I can tolerate that just like me and Joey Dimes have been friends longer than anybody, and he thinks the world of FBS, and we never had a problem, and is perfectly capable of staying friends with somebody that somebody else's hate. It's very easy to do, and I'm so sorry that all of you got let down by that great show that was going to be done, but I thought I had to come on here and straighten out the little Mac attack, because now I'm free to talk about him. But I'm going to save the rest of it for Rolex's thing. The recording, the famous cemetery recording. You can't deny it, Macko. You cannot deny that you were so upset over Jen Bailey not answering you that you were ready to off yourself. And yet you think you're a big, brave guy and you went and did something to FBS. I don't believe you touched him. And nothing will make me believe you ever touched him. I think you fell, you floundered around, you dropped your little cell phone, you reached down to get it. In the meantime, they were beating him in the back of the head or whatever they did. You didn't have nothing to do with it. You were a paparazzi and a piss poor one at that. Oh, but you did send everything to a mentally unstable person that turns on people on a dime. I've seen him do it. I've seen him turn on everybody in his room for no reason at all. Why would you even trust somebody like that? That made me question Sessa and Mac and them's mentality. If they were giving all their information to somebody like Pizza, that'd be like me telling Jen everything. I don't tell her nothing. You can't trust people like that. Minnie, I want my damn purse back. Deborah, I'm saying it like this because Jessica likes it. Deborah Silver. Maria. Oh, I heard a rumor that Maria got served. I don't know if it's true or not, but if she did, she had it coming. Kudos to John Yates and Moderator 148. Finally, there may be justice. Finally. And Pool Stick, I seen you up there on that panel, raising your Chicago muscle after you had false doxed him for 6 months, and Deadly's very easy, Chicago. If you're going to have people catfish you, make them turn their camera on. I might be teaching you something a little new, but do you think that anybody could catfish me? It's impossible, because I don't talk to anybody unless they show me their face. And if all you had to do is said that little deadly kitten, you need to turn your cam on, baby, so I can see you. So that made me question your intelligence. And now I'm really questioning it, that you've hooked up with fucking Johnny Mac and Pool Stick, your sworn enemies, just because they had a sincere apology. Well, I got news for all you fucking people. I ain't apologizing to none of you, and I'm not accepting no apologies, because I don't care what you do. You're jokes to me. All of you. It was a pathetic show. I hated it. I would have loved to have been on there with Rolex and Joey today, because they got far more to say than I do. I'm just glad that Max ran his mouth about me. Just so glad. And now, oh, and another thing, gangster. You talking about hillbillies and rednecks, you phony bitch. You followed me over to Ryan Upchurch, tried to get in Creek Squad, tried to act like you were a redneck. Said, well, I lived in Alabama with a buck knife. They got rid of you. Then you were Hispanic. You better watch that redneck and that hillbilly turn, because that might turn back on you. You're sitting right there by Chicago Muscle, a guy that lives in the Ozarks, talking about hillbillies. You haven't got a brain in your head either. You've been threatening to kill me forever. Do it! Do it instead of talk about it. I guarantee you if you roll up on me, there won't be no cops called. I can guarantee you that much. Trump. Rednecks. Hillbillies. White trash. And I never changed my heritage to saying I'm a Latin, or I'm half Italian, or I'm half Irish. And I don't know why everybody thinks it's so horrible that Tony Pizza might be an Irishman, because I'll tell you something right now, I got way more respect for the Irish than I do the Italians after seeing this pitiful bunch of mob tube cop collar whining women like men I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Never seen an Irishman act like that. None of them. And I was married to one. Now I'm going to do a jumping jack. This is for Johnny. Oh, Macca. And you, Mike Slick, who had to run your mouth that I don't even know. But I hate you because you were the only one on that whole panel that said a damn word when Mac said that. And you don't know me, and I don't know you, and believe me, you never will. Johnny Mac. Johnny Mac! Johnny Mac! Johnny Mac! Come on, gangster! Let's do this! Let's do some jumping jacks! Might be good for you midgets to get some weight off. And also, Mac, I heard you say I had a marble eye. Well, I'm going to put a picture of your slanted, non-opening eyes because you're so methadoned up and freaked out you can't even open your eyes. And we'll see who has the best looking eyes, a 72-year-old or you. Be ready for the recording, folks. But I've already told you what it consists of. Crying and sitting in a cemetery because Jen Bailey wouldn't answer a text. How pitiful is that? I've been brokenhearted over a lot of men, but I've never done nothing that stupid. I never even let them know it was bothering me. Anyway, Paul, how you doing? Sorry I'm always ranting and raving when I talk to you. I wasn't going to do a live today, but since Rolexes got canceled, I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and that clip was burning in my mind. That clip with that stupid... I'll tell you right now, there ain't going to be no peace treaties with me, people. You can have all the truces you want to have. I'm staying like I stay. And I'm going to talk about every damn one of you if you do something to piss me off. Stand up, guy. Thank you so much for the fish videos. I wish my fish looked good enough, but I'm embarrassed to show them to you because there's only 2 guppies that really came out with the color I wanted. But thank you so much for showing the fish. Carlos, you're one of my trusted now. Because if I can get along with Joey Dimes, and he thinks FBS is great, and you getting along with FBS, why should that bother me? After all, Pullstick's getting along with Chicago Muscle and Johnny Mac, so that means anybody ought to be able to get along with anybody. I seen Jules up in there running her mouth. Her and Amzie used to hate each other. So anything's possible. So Carlos, there will be no problem. I already know Joey Dimes don't have a problem with you. And Rolex doesn't even know you, so welcome. Welcome, Carlos. Gonna drink me a little snap. And I got a man headed my way in about 2 weeks from Colorado. He drives a truck to Houston, and he's not a biker, so maybe he will actually get on the camera with me. I'm going to do an interview with him, and he's fine looking. Fine looking. And Rolex, don't worry, I went out there and told him that you overslept, and I made him promise, ladies, that he's not going to wear an avatar. And believe me, that's another thing, that stupid panel of Johnny Macs. Every one of them was wearing an avatar except for Pull Stick. Every one of them. And Mike Slick, I don't know you, and I hope I never do, but you better keep my fucking name out of your mouth. Because you don't know a thing about me. Nothing. If you heard about me, you heard it from Mac, who is the biggest liar that I know. You can trust pizza more than you can Mac. That's how bad of a liar he is. Miss Can't Be Wrong and Jesse Roth, thank you for being always wonderful and nice to me. Another perfect example of people that, you know, they know how I feel about FBS and they don't hold it against me and we don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. I'm not disrespectful in their chats. It's just the way it is. That's the way adults behave. But good luck with your little pitiful posse over there, you posse popo callers. Looks really cute. Really, really, really cute. And Mac, you never touched FBS. If you did, you accidentally fell down and touched him. All you were supposed to do was be a paparazzi, a cameraman. And you couldn't even do that right. And I think it was a snitch-ass move to pull up with a bunch of people. And I don't care how anybody tries to say that's right. I don't think it was right for FBS to get in there and call the cops and leave the blood on his face either. So you both did shit that I'd never do. But I'll tell you one thing. If that would have been a redneck or a hillbilly, FBS, you wouldn't have been getting to that house. You'd be laying right there where they got done with you. So you better stay down there where you live, in the suburbs, in the woke joke areas, in the liberal areas, and don't even try coming up into the hills because it won't turn out that good. You better stay with that group of people you like to hang with. Miami people, New York, Pennsylvania people, Philadelphia people, New York people. Don't come up into the hills. And sure, don't come down to Texas. So I can guarantee you right now it won't turn out good. Now I'm going to say Jesco's two favorite words. My favorite dancing outlaw hillbilly of all time, Maria. How's that restraining order feel, girl? And Deborah. I want my fucking purse back. And now I'm going to drink a little snap. My guy should be here in 2 weeks. I don't know how long he's going to stay. Hope not real long. And I sure hope he don't watch this, because I talked to him this morning. He's brand new. It'll be a first-time meeting for me and you. And since Paul can't watch his channel anymore, I can say what I want to on it. Because they blocked Terrietime off. Can you believe that? They blocked me off. I cannot believe it, that I'm that famous and that those convicts like me that much that my channel got banned. That doesn't matter because me and Paul do virtuals. And I know somebody will see this that'll tell him that I'm still saying, hey, Paul. Anyway, goodbye. I didn't step on anything Joey Dimes or Rolex had to say, I'm sure, because they didn't even know Johnny Mac had said that shit, because my informant, I really, really need to take up a GoFundMe for my informants, because they listen to people that I don't even look at and find them saying my name. Just one time, even Maria said my name. But that's because I straightened the B out on an earlier live saying that Maria I brought over to Pool Stick's room months before the bottom feeders. Oh, and now Mac's trying to call them the 90-day community. They're not the 90-day community. They're bottom feeders. That's what they are. That's what they've always been. That's what they know they are. So 90-day. What do they cover about 90-day? Name one thing. The only one that covers 90-day is John Yates. The only one. The rest of them talk about each other. That's all they've ever done. That's why they're bottom feeders. That's why the mob tube is mob feeders. Because they don't talk about mob stuff either. So anyway. Ciao. I did this Rolex and Joey just because it's Tuesday with Terrietime. And we're going to have a fabulous show Friday, everybody. The famous cemetery recording will be played. Lie your way out of that one, Mac. Good luck. And all your little friendships and apologies, I can't wait till that shit starts come crashing down, because them women hate each other. And even if you guys, which is impossible too, manage to stay friendly and keep each other's names out of everybody's mouth, it ain't going to last either. Not going to last. So, ciao. Hello, everyone.